I wanted to show you everything that I eat in a week just to give you some diverse, easy, and delicious plant-based meal ideas that you could potentially recreate. I do use a lot of fresh produce, so if you don't have access to that right now, you can just use frozen vegetables, which I think are just as good because I'm pretty sure they freeze them at the peak of their ripeness. But yeah, these are just some of the things that I ate this week. Is it healthy? I don't know. Is it balanced? Who's to really say? This is just what my body was craving, and I feel like this was earlier in my self-quarantining, so I was eating a bit more comfort foods, but overall I do really just like eating vegetables, so there's a lot of that, but let's just get into it. I started off the week with a really simple breakfast. I don't normally crave this at all actually, but it felt really good this morning and it's super yummy. Just a gala apple with some almond butter. It's a really nice balance of sweet and savory, and I snacked on some Lily's chocolate chips. I've seen a lot of people put chocolate chips on apple slices, but I forgot that I had them, so I just had like 2 little handfuls of these. These are just vegan chocolate chips. And then for lunch, I cooked up 2 different kinds of veggie burgers and added some kimchi, avocado, tahini, and sesame seeds on top and just wrapped them up in chard. The kimchi takes this burger to the next level. I feel like without the kimchi, it would be kind of plain and bland, and I don't have ketchup, but the kimchi really does a lot. So this is the first veggie burger that I just tried. It's Bubba Burger. I like them because the ingredients are very simple and they taste very homemade. And then this is the second one that I'm trying by Goya. It's just a black bean burger. The ingredients were also just very simple. I probably could make these. I also have sprouts. I'm gonna put sprouts on top. Yum. Okay, I prefer this one over the other Bubba one. This has some flavor. I was really craving nachos, so I chopped up a bunch of tortillas and I decided to make my own by baking them. I seasoned them with some taco seasoning, but you can just use cumin, chili powder, garlic, salt, and pepper. And I just baked them in the oven at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes. So in here is just a steamed potato and 1/4 of a red pepper. The chips came out so good. I've already been munching on them, but they're so perfectly crispy, and I think this is about 8 or 9 tortillas. You're just gonna add a lot of nutritional yeast to this and then blend it up. I loaded these nachos up with the cheese sauce, and this isn't the cheesiest, but it's a great alternative if you're allergic to cashews, because I know a lot of vegan cheese sauces have cashews and I can't eat those. But I loaded up these nachos with refried beans, salsa, a little bit of guac, lime, and cilantro. Anytime I have cilantro, I try to put it on everything so that I can make use of it before it goes bad. And I was not able to finish these. I had about like a plate and a half, but they were very filling. For breakfast, I decided to make some oats, and I normally just make my oats with water. I added a bunch of cinnamon, vanilla extract, flax seeds, hemp seeds, and chia seeds. Breakfast is the time where I feel like I just load on the superfoods. So let me know your favorite superfood or green powders. I added a little bit of maple syrup, walnuts, and some almond butter for some healthy fats. And then a little bit later, I snacked on just a carrot and I made a salad. One of my favorite ways to prepare salads is by massaging avocado into the salad mix just to make a nice creamy texture. And then I made a dressing with olive oil, lemon, garlic and onion powder, and a little bit of agave. And then this salad with red pepper, carrot, kimchi, and sprouts. I added some sesame seeds, and pretty much anything that's in my fridge that can go into a salad, I'll throw in there. So I also added a nice and charred up veggie burger, and this was so delicious. I really do love my salads, and I love when there's a lot of different textures in them. But I was craving something sweet, so I decided to make pancakes. This is 1 cup of flour, 1/4 cup of protein powder, I think about a tablespoon of baking powder, and a tablespoon and a half of maple syrup, which is optional. You can also just add banana. I add a lot of cinnamon, and you can also add 1 cup of water or 1 cup of any nut milk of your choice and just mix it all up. There you go, the batter's all done, and I add bananas. I think I even added chocolate chips to this because I was really feeling it, sis, and I just find these so filling. I load them up with my superfoods once again, hemp, chia, flax seeds, and topped it off with some maple syrup. And this batter will make you about 6 pancakes, so I normally just save the batter and give it to my roommates. Pretty much anything that I can't eat, I offer someone, and it's really nice to share the love. But yeah, these are so delicious and so filling and really hit the spot. I snacked on some baby carrots a little bit later, and then I made a stir fry. My favorite way to prepare stir fries are with garlic and ginger and a lot of it, and then I just saute the vegetables in that delicious flavor, and I add some greens on the top. And these are some sweet potato glass noodles that I got from an Asian market. I added tahini and coconut aminos, kimchi, sprouts, lime, and you guessed it, more cilantro. This was so delicious. I highly recommend making a stir fry of some sort. It's pretty much my go-to. I just mixed everything all up and enjoyed it for dinner. The next day, I made a big smoothie. It wasn't that big, but it had about 2 cups of spinach, half a banana, and just a little bit of water, a splash of water, and I just blend that up. This is one of the easiest smoothies, and it's really delicious. So I added some lucuma powder, flax seed, chia seed, and please let me know your favorite green superfood powders because I want to buy one, but I don't know which one is the best that actually works and makes a difference. So let me know down below what superfoods that you love. But I decided I also wanted to make a little omelet for breakfast, so I sauteed some garlic, yellow pepper, and spinach, and then added this vegan omelet mix, which is just made with split mung beans. So I'll link that recipe down below. But I added some sprouts, some hot sauce, salt, and pepper, and this was so ridiculously filling that I just had a pretty light dinner later that day. So I got a bed of spring mix ready, and I just sauteed some zucchini, spinach, and yellow pepper and just kind of threw it over this salad. And I added cucumber, kimchi, sprouts, sesame seeds, and that same lemon dressing as earlier. And then I also made these really easy oatmeal cookies. You basically just mash up a banana and then add a little bit of vanilla extract and add as many oats as necessary to make it into more of a dough. I also added chocolate chips and cinnamon, and then you just bake them in the oven at 350 for about 15 minutes, and those were really good. The next day for breakfast, I had a salad, which I know is kind of weird, but I just really crave salad, so I just massaged the avocado, added kimchi, cucumber, and then I dressed this with tahini and coconut aminos, which is my go-to. They really complement each other, and it was super yummy. I had 3 more of these little oatmeal cookies with a little bit of almond butter. And I made one of my favorite meals / maybe it's a snack, but it's this really easy chickpea hummus. So I just mash a can of chickpeas, add a few squeezes of lemon and tahini, and then I also add onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of olive oil, and I made some chips with lime and cilantro, of course. About to try these chips and my hummus. I mean, I think you could make real, like genuine good hummus with these ingredients, but I don't have a food processor, and I like this really simple, just janky way of making hummus, but you can make actual legit hummus with these same ingredients, but this is kind of like the lazy way. And hummus is not that hard to make anyway, but that freaking hits. These tortillas are so crunchy, como me gusta. And there's this one vine where she's biting into Doritos and she's like, Doritos, nachos, preparados. And it's like,
Doritos, nachos, preparados.
That is how I feel. I really, really enjoy carrots, if you can't tell. They're like my favorite snack ever. And this bowl is my absolute favorite bowl. I thrifted it for $3 and it's just my go-to. Listen to Cash shit by her and twerk in the mirror like for an hour straight.
Frequently.
Just wave, smile and wave.
Just smile and wave, boys.
For dinner, I made yet another stir fry just because it's so easy and also delicious. So I just kind of started sauteing all the veggies from my fridge and boiling some rice noodles, but you can use any noodles that you have. And I use this Thai red curry paste, which is so easy. You just mix it with coconut milk. I just poured that on top of my rice noodles, and I really love this meal. You can see I love my veggies, and to take it to the next level, I of course added my lime and cilantro, and this was so filling, but not too filling, if you know what I mean. I added some kimchi. This is the brand of kimchi that I use, Wild Brine. It's vegan, but I know a lot of people who are kimchi fanatics who don't like this one, and I will admit, I think it's just okay, but I want to learn to make my own. But anyways, I had 2 pieces of chocolate, and that was my night. The next day, I made yet another salad with those ingredients and added some sesame seeds, and once again, tahini and some coconut aminos on top. For lunch, I had something, this was actually really yummy. I've never made this before, but it's just chickpea pasta with spinach and a veggie burger, but I seasoned it with garlic and onion powder and some nutritional yeast and vegan butter, and it was so good. Hola!
Hola, bendición.
Bendición!
No, no tenemos.
Guys, I'm not attending this party. More than 10 people are not allowed.
Yeah, they are.
For dinner, I roasted some peppers and onions to make kind of a fajita style mix, and I added some tahini to it because I add tahini to everything, but I let that vibe out on the side for a second while I cooked this jackfruit. This is more of a treat. I don't normally use jackfruit, but it is really good, and this one was Tex-Mex flavored, but I also love making these with just black beans, and you can mash the black beans and season them with taco seasoning and just make yourself a little spread. So I have my peppers, avo, cilantro, and I just assembled these really delicious tacos. These are really filling, and I feel like people who aren't plant-based also really enjoy them as well. The next day, I made pancakes once again. This is the protein powder that I use, in case you're wondering. I'll have it linked down below with maybe a little bit of a discount code, but I added some almond milk and my classic bananas. I feel like in the morning is when I add all of my seeds and all of my like healthy stuff to whatever breakfast I'm eating. It's just designated for that. But I just have 3 pancakes. That's pretty much the most amount of pancakes I can eat because they are so filling and so dense. But yeah, they're really yummy and really good fuel. A little bit later, I decided to make some coconut bacon using oil, tamari, and smoked paprika. Smoked paprika is really the key in this recipe. And then I just added some coconut flakes and mixed it all together, laid it out on a tray with parchment paper at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. And then I just assembled a salad with my usual ingredients, and this is how the coconut bacon turned out. I really liked it, except it made my stomach hurt, so maybe you can try this out, and the flavor is on point, but it just gave me a bellyache, unfortunately. But the salad was good overall, and I just had my coconut aminos and tahini seasoning, and the kimchi just adds a nice spice that I like. For dinner, I decided to try and make my own veggie burgers using zucchini, onion, and quinoa, but I chopped my zucchini in cubes rather than grating it, so they didn't stick together, unfortunately, but they still came out really yummy, and they look like burgers, but when you try to eat them, they just kind of fall apart. So I decided to make a quinoa bowl with kimchi and coconut aminos, a little side salad, and I also made some of that chickpea hummus, and it was really, really good and felt like it was full of protein. So that was everything that I ate. I hope you found this interesting or entertaining, and maybe you got some food inspo. If you do recreate any of these meals, tag me on Instagram. I would love to see what you're nourishing yourself with. I just hope that you're hanging in there, and I'm sending you so much love. I cherish you. Thank you for being here with me, spending some time with me on the interwebs. Bye.